I'm Disgruntled Danny, and welcome once again to Woke Watch, the series where I find the wokest things possible on the internet and then pick them apart using logic and reason. But this week is a little different because this is a story I've been following for around 3 months. In the news, there's usually a few stories affecting the LGBTQIAAA+ community, and rightly so. And let's just break that down. That is lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, intersex, agender, asexual and ally. Or to put it another way, the Not Straight People Club. Although I'd include myself as an ally because I don't believe anyone has any control over their sexuality, and therefore they shouldn't be persecuted because of it. But it transpires that within the LGBTQIAAA+ community, some of the L's and the G's are starting to get sick of some of the T's. And that's understandable. The organisation used to just be known as Gay Rights, seeking equality for same-sex attracted homosexual people. Then bisexual people were added to the list in the early 90s, and trans, they came in around the millennium. And let's be fair, there are some people who were born into the wrong body who require corrective surgery. But also, just because you're fuck ugly doesn't mean you're a different gender. And it's a small but very vocal minority within the trans community, the screaming eternal victims, who are pissing off the homosexualists. Because not only are they taking up most of the media attention and a lot of funding, but they're not after equality. More, it's like a form of superiority based on denying reality. Because demanding that a person who has transitioned is exactly the same as someone who was born that biological sex is bullshit. And sorry, that isn't transphobia or hate speech, it's common fucking sense. For example, if I change my name to Veronica, there are some states in the USA where all I would need to do is say I am a woman, and anyone who doesn't agree is a bigot, and I could throw all the ists and isms under the sun at them. But let's say I had all the operations possible, I transitioned to being female. It would still be an insult to every biological woman on earth to say that I could experience the world the way that they do. It doesn't matter what is cut off or put in. I wasn't born female. I didn't go through puberty as a female. I would never have a period. And I'm male. I'm physically fucking different. Why is this so hard? And I'm not saying that the experience of trans people isn't relevant. Of course it is. And I don't think the gay and lesbian people speaking out against them are doing that either. It's just that it's almost one step away from me saying I now identify as black and breaking out the boot polish. I'd get fucking arrested. If we look at the recent Tokyo Olympics and the utter shitstorm about whether or not transgender athletes should be able to compete, and for me, trans women should not be competing against biological women. And again, this isn't transphobia, it's just if you're born male, you've got denser bones, you'll be physically larger, more muscle, larger heart, faster recovery time. It's an unfair advantage. But it's not just me saying this, and another person who voiced the same opinion was quickly thrown under the woke bus. And that person was Caitlyn Jenner, the darling of the trans movement. And before she transitioned, she was Bruce Jenner, an Olympic gold medalist. So who knows better whether trans athletes have an unfair advantage? A former gold medal Olympian or a bloke called Kevin who puts on a dress on a Thursday afternoon? But this is Woke Watch, so what's the issue? Well, it turns out that those who dance the wokey-cokey, who are so hell-bent on being inclusive, have managed to turn on the homosexual men and women who set up the MGBGT community, V8, once again going so far to the left that they've come out on the right, and we now have a new concept: woke homophobia. In the UK, the USA and Canada, there's a growing organisation called the LGB Alliance, and this is a group that stands for the rights of bi and homosexual people, whilst also being grounded in reality, using ideas like feminism, more traditional gay rights, and the crazy notion that only women can have children. And this has so incensed the wokeists, they are labelling the LGB Alliance as a far-right hate group. Let's just put that into perspective. During the Second World War, homosexual people were murdered in the concentration camps. And now, in 2021, the Anti-Everything Brigade are screaming that gay people are essentially Nazis. Last weekend in Manchester, here in the UK, a gay man attended a Pride event wearing an LGB Alliance t-shirt, whereupon woke activists set about him screaming "Trans Lives Matter," which of course they do, but the implication is that trans lives matter more than the lives of lesbian, gay and bisexual people. They labelled him as a hater and managed to get him fucking arrested. Woke people always claim that they're in favour of diversity and inclusivity. But this encapsulates just how fucking tolerant they are. Getting a gay man arrested at a gay pride event because he was wearing a t-shirt representing a gay rights organisation. Fortunately, he was released without charge because the police have been infiltrated by these woke fucktards. Once again, the woke set have demonstrated that they have no problem in getting more rights for themselves, even if it means taking them away from someone else. In this case, the very people who started the organisation they claim to represent. So again, it falls to me to say, please, woke people, stop seeing problems where there are none. Stop making everything about intolerance in such a tolerant country. Please get an education and stop crying. And if you are incapable of doing that, then on behalf of everyone else, kindly fuck right off. Everyone else, as ever, thanks for watching.